Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll get started in just a minute.
It's just an introduction part of it. So let me share my screen. So in present days, we are using a lot of applications or a lot of techniques where we are going with. So it's not to be in simple words. It should be like a mimicking the human intelligence actually. So where it will act as a human and it will try to learn or it will try to give itself the reasoning part of it and self correct it. So this is the same thing that how human mind works. So the form of the data that which we are giving to the artificial intelligence, or let's say the system, data is analyzed, and when we are trying to put the put the data into app or any of the or any other data that we use, any other app that we use day to day life, like something like if you go to YouTube, if you see couple of videos in the same couple of videos are related to the same thing, so in the next feed you will get the same sort of videos. That's the algorithm behind it. Have that concentration when you liked or when you comment or when you reshare it, the amount of the data that algorithm analyzes. So for suppose, let's say, if you like any of the thing or any of the ad, that will go to the 10 points, let's say example. And if you basic algorithm will enhances itself or learn the data as you are giving, that we are giving can be modelized, and it can be trained under different algorithms, and hence we can retrieve the accurate or the particular results, that we can make sure that those results are apt and correct to the as I'm sharing my screen, I will be not be able to see the list of participants, but yeah, let's go to the second slide. I mean, the next part of it. So, in the same way, to use this particular artificial intelligence, we have to upgrade ourselves, and we can be exposed to some other tools or some other technologies which we are not aware about, or just by implementing um, small modifications to our project and using of this artificial intelligence techniques, we can make sure that our project is much more creative, or our work is much more creative, and it really solves the real the problem statement, or what I can say is that it really gives the solution to the problem what we are facing in a day-to-day life, or in our just whatever the way that we are working on. Going through the facial recognizers, so it basically how it'll identify images, right? So notes is nothing but maybe you can call it as a dot to understand, particularly by one-to-one matching or one-to-many matching, by using whatever the patterns or the behind the algorithms behind it, and then it will give the data out of it, all the fingerprint in the form of a notes, and that itself gives the data to the system, and then that's where we can make sure that the biometric, that's where this particular natural language processing comes into the picture, and where we can apply, and the algorithm behind it is it'll. So basically, when we are giving many number of lot of data to particular system, and then where we are going with particular what I would say is like any particular concept, when we have to analyze each and every paragraph, that's where we can go with number of and this is all about predictive analytics, where we can make sure that how can the data, or how can the result part of, how can we deal with the result by getting the result, or by giving the input data what we are having, and by getting the result, and how the result can be. And once the particular once if we are setting up particular data, or if we are setting up particular things, mechanic sorry, that's where the mechanical part will be playing the role, where if we automate something, or if we give all this process to a robot, make sure that whatever the automation or whatever the task that we have given to the robot, build up any of the application, it has to, we have to go with a particular set of frameworks. So these are the examples of particular frameworks where, so it will analyze, or if we have to analyze it, and we have to make sure that what the feedback we have got from the people or from the party, from the to it, it will respond in the same way. Or you can say it as a any of the AI part of it. So as part of example, I'm going with Grok, or you can test with any of the AI. So in the same way, we can go with a simple chatbot. So for suppose, you can say, you can see many of the websites will have FAQs. So where it will go with the question and answer. And in the same way, nowadays we can see many of the chatbots where we can see where we can ask our questions, or where we can not only questions, or maybe you can say it as instructions or precautions or whatever it is. So most of the time we can will be having we'll be seeing the chatbots with the question. This is all about the introduction part of AI and ML, and how can we use in the day-to-day life. So, or in our, make sure that what is the problem statement, and according to that. Yeah, I think if there are no questions, I think we can wrap up the session, guys. Thanks, Shayan. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.